Chicken looking good. Now, let's talk about this butter chicken sauce. It is the essential element of this, and it's what gives you that great creaminess and that great flavor. So for it, we need some aromatics. I have some onions, I have some ginger, and I have some garlic. I want some heat from some chili. So 1 or 2 green chilies if you need it. And then for a bit more heat to our spice mix as well, a little pinch of chili powder. So with the onions, we're gonna grate this on a box grater. Chilies, ginger, and garlic. With the chilies, I'm looking for a nice fine chop. And with the garlic and the ginger, a really nice smooth grate. Right, we've got onion, we've got ginger, we've got garlic. Let's get it all into a bowl, get the heat back on our pan, and any of those little kind of charred bits at the bottom, they're gonna only add to this sauce, so don't scrape them out until you've got those ingredients in. I'm gonna reduce down the heat now that it's up, and just let those onions sweat out and take on the flavor that's already in the pan. There's a whole heap of dry spices going in here, but before they do, I want to add in some cardamom pods. These are the game changer in this recipe. If you leave them out, it'll be fine, but by adding them in, they sort of have this really sort of sweet and fragrant smell that always reminds me of Swedish baking. So it's only about 5 cardamom pods here. And do remember to fish them out at the end. So just sweat those nice and slowly and let those cardamom pods release all those great flavors. To this, we also need to add a bit of richness, and that comes in the form of some tomato puree. And it's worth cooking out just ever so slightly with that onion mix before we add our spices. Okay, now, while that's getting a bit of heat into it, let's get in with our spices. First off, garam masala, a little bit of cumin. Next in, a little bit of coriander. And again, like, it might look like a lot of complicated spices, but if you have a well-stocked store cupboard with spices, this is where it comes into play, and this is why you go to the effort of doing it. Little pinch of chili powder, and now give that all a good stir. At this point, you really want the spices to kind of come alive with a bit of heat. It's definitely spicy. Okay, this looks pretty good, so lower the heat, in with the cream. And just stir that through, and you should be left with a really nice sauce here. I just want to simmer it until it kind of comes up to temperature. And at this point now, back in there with the chicken and any of the resting juices, and we're going to get it introduced to the sauce and let it all cook out together. Okay, we're in business. Chicken, sauce, all these great things coming together. Leave it to simmer, and it's time to clean down. Right, to serve up some rice and a little bit of fried onions. Now, the butter chicken at this point is cooked through. It's got all that great sauce, the chicken is nice and tender, so let's get diving into it. The great thing about this recipe is that it works really well as I've cooked it there. It's super in a slow cooker if you wanted to make ahead of time. But it's a really versatile one and it freezes well too. So it's a very handy one to have your hands on. Now, generous chicken here. And to this, some of those lovely little frizzled onions. And because I can't help myself, I always love a bit of coriander, just a little fresh hit of coriander. Just as you're diving through the richness of this sauce. It's pretty darn good. Let's dive in and try some. Wow. It's all about that sauce. It's really about getting the flavor in that sauce. If you try this, you'll not only take on the takeaway, but you'll win.
The next time you're thinking about picking up the phone for the takeaway, I want you to think again. You are now armed with 4 really great takeaway recipes done at home and done really well. So give them a go. I know you're gonna love them.